Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be continuing on with our Swift programming tutorial series, and in this particular tutorial we are going to be taking a look at the final keyword in Swift. Now, what is the final keyword? Well, the final keyword is essentially a way for you to control whether or not a class, property, or method can be overridden or inherited from. Okay? So, for example, let's say you have a class called base class, and you mark that class as final. Well, that just means you can't extend from the class. So let's go ahead and give an example of this. So in Xcode, let's create a class called base. We have var a int init a int self.a equals a. And then we have a func do something a int, and we'll say return a times 2. Alright, so we have a base class there, pretty simple, nothing too extraordinary. And then we have class child that inherits from base, and we have var b int init b int self.b equals b. Func do something else, return b times 2. I'm gonna make sure that returns an int. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have our classes now, and so far everything's working fine. We have our base class and then a child class that's inheriting from base. But what if okay. So what we can do, we need to call, okay, super.init a, we're going to pass at b just to get it to be quiet about any errors. All right. Now, what if for the base class we declare this as a final class? What happens then? Well, now you can see we get an error on the child class. And you can see we get, this basically tells us, hey, you cannot inherit from this class because it's marked as final. Pretty simple stuff, I'd say. Now, what if we get rid of final? You can see that error goes away. But what if inside of our base class we mark do something as final? So final func do something. Well, inside of our base, or rather our child class, we can say override func do something int return b plus 2, let's say. Save that, and we get an error again. Now, what is this? Well, this tells us exactly what the problem is. It basically says, hey, you're trying to override a final method or final func. You can't do that. That's because it's a final method. You can't override this. So get rid of that because you can't override it. And sure enough, if we get rid of do something and we save it, everything's fine again. No more errors. Now, you can also apply the final keyword to properties. And so if you wanted to override a property for something, you could do that. You could say, hey, we don't want this property to be overridden. Just apply final to that property. So final var a or something. And then you won't be able to override it in any base class. Or rather, in any child class, I should say. So that's pretty much it for the final keyword. Thank you all so very much for watching. And we'll see you in the next one.